Hi, I'm Amy Lewis with SolidFire. I'm here with Andrew. Andrew, can you introduce yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Andrew Sullivan. I'm a technical marketing engineer with NetApp, focusing on containers and virtualization and automation.
Well, and I hear that you also have another thing that you do in your spare time, working on I'm going to get the name wrong, TechONTAP Podcast?
You got it right. And I have to say, you're awful brave for having a guy with a face made for radio on the screen here. So...
Well, I was going to admire your elocution. It's quite good there.
Yeah, well, it takes a lot of practice. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the podcast and what got you involved and what you're looking to do. And a shout out to anybody in the community who might be interested in how they would participate, get on the podcast, et cetera.
Absolutely. So the TechONTAP Podcast is NetApp's podcast. It is an official NetApp-sponsored thing where we focus on really technical content. Right? We want to educate our customers, our field, our partners, heck, even our competitors are welcome to listen to the podcast and find out all the things that we're doing at NetApp. As far as what got me involved, I'm going to go with peer pressure. So, thanks to my co-hosts, Glenn Sizemore, Justin Parisi, right? It was a lot of peer pressure back about a year ago when we decided, or when it transitioned from being a communities-led thing to being an official NetApp thing. It's a lot of fun. We have a blast, right? We really enjoy having guests, right? Whether it's people from inside of NetApp, whether it's partners. We would even love to have customers on, although that's something new that we're starting to try out. So if you're interested, if anybody wants to come on to the podcast, again, doesn't matter if they're an employee, if they're a customer, if they're a partner, reach out to us, podcast@netapp.com. That
is easy to remember. I also like to say, if you're on the show, I don't know if this is true for everybody, but beer and donuts got me on the show. So I thought that was a pretty compelling reason to be on the podcast.
All I'm hearing is bribery. Yeah. Sometimes bribery really works best.
No, and we were talking earlier, and I'm going to out you a little bit because you said don't use the M word. Like, I am in marketing, unabashedly, but this isn't a marketing podcast. What I love about it is that you guys really are digging into the technology. So I'm hoping you'll start some I'm requesting a segment on a home lab. So I want anybody out there that's got a home lab, I want to hear about it because there's always interesting stories. So you need to contact Andrew.
Absolutely. Again, podcast@netapp.com. And if you're interested in coming on, we'd love to have you call in and talk a little bit about it.
Excellent. And I know that you guys have mobile recorders. We've got some folks here catching little snippets. We're at the OpenStack Summit. Any interesting tidbits you've picked up here already, running around with your podcaster ears on?
Absolutely. So this is, and I have said this over and over and over again, this is one of my favorite conferences. The audience is super technical, which means that they really like to talk about the things that they're working on, how they're implementing it, how NetApp is helping them, how NetApp can help them, right? So it's a really different conference in a lot of ways. Some conferences we go to and it's all about, well, how much free stuff can I cram in my bag and stuff like that. So I've had a blast. Talking to people. This is trade shows, conferences are one of the ways that we can really get out and actually talk to customers. I'm a TME. That means that my primary job is to be in front of customers, face for radio and all. So it's been a lot of fun. If anybody is interested, and I know that we're a little bit delayed here, but if anybody is interested, please come out and find us.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Andrew.
Thank you very much, Amy.
And we'll see you next time on Pop-Up Tech Talks.